The silent pain of women and the forgotten power of herbal medicine. For centuries, women have carried a weight the world rarely sees. Their bodies transform every month, their hormones shift in unpredictable cycles, and at several points in life, especially during PMS and menopause, their physical and emotional balance can feel like a fragile thread stretched to its limit. Yet despite how common these experiences are, society has often minimized or misunderstood them. Pain is dismissed as exaggeration. Mood swings are mocked. Hot flashes are treated as jokes. And the emotional storms of PMS are labeled as weakness rather than the biological responses they truly are. But in the middle of all this noise, one truth remains. The female body is powerful, complex, and deeply connected to rhythms that modern life tries to silence. Long before pharmaceuticals existed, women relied on the earth, on roots, leaves, barks, seeds, and flowers that offered natural hormonal balance and emotional relief. Ancient midwives used herbs to calm cramps, soothe insomnia, reduce heat sensations, and harmonize the menstrual cycle. Indigenous knowledge, Eastern medicine, and European herbal traditions all treated the female body with respect, seeing it as part of nature, not separate from it. In recent decades, many of these remedies were pushed aside in favor of chemical treatments. But today, herbal medicine is experiencing a revival, not as superstition, but as a complement to science. Research now confirms what traditional healers always knew. Certain plants contain phytohormones, adaptogens, anti-inflammatory compounds, and calming agents that can genuinely support women during PMS and menopause. This video explores these powerful herbs in depth. But before we dive into each plant, we must understand what is actually happening in a woman's body during these phases. PMS, for example, is not a simple mood swing. It is a neurochemical interaction between estrogen, progesterone, serotonin, and stress hormones. For some women, the shifts are mild. For others, the imbalance can lead to crippling cramps, anxiety, anger, sadness, fatigue, and even depression-like episodes. Menopause, on the other hand, marks the natural end of the reproductive cycle, but far from being a decline, it is a transition. With proper support, it can be a chapter of confidence, clarity, and strength. But without balance, symptoms like hot flashes, insomnia, memory fog, irritability, and bone loss can take over. Herbs offer a bridge, not a cure-all, but a natural support system. Throughout this script, we will explore why PMS and menopause cause such disruptive symptoms, which herbs have both traditional and scientific support, how each plant works inside the body, how to prepare them safely, which combinations produce the best results. This is not simply a lesson in herbalism, it is an act of recognition, acknowledging women's silent struggles, honoring their biology, and remembering that nature provides tools that respect the body's rhythms instead of forcing them. Today, you will discover how ancient herbal wisdom can become a modern ally for hormonal balance. This is the beginning of a journey toward understanding, empowerment, and healing. Understanding PMS, the hidden hormonal storm. Most people think PMS is just irritability, sensitivity, or moodiness. But PMS is not a personality flaw, it is a biochemical storm. To understand how herbs help, we must first understand what truly happens inside the body during this time. PMS begins during the luteal phase, after ovulation, when progesterone levels rise and estrogen drops. For some women, this shift is smooth. For others, their bodies react sharply to even small hormonal changes. This imbalance affects 1. Serotonin, the neurotransmitter responsible for happiness and emotional stability. Low serotonin can lead to sadness, crying spells, anxiety, irritability, and food cravings. 2. Prostaglandins, inflammatory compounds responsible for menstrual cramps. High prostaglandins mean more pain, stronger cramps, nausea, and even headaches. 3. Cortisol, the stress hormone. When the body is overwhelmed, cortisol spikes, intensifying emotional symptoms. The result is a combination of physical discomfort, emotional sensitivity, and mental fog that can severely affect daily life. Some women suffer from PMDD, a severe form of PMS that can cause depression-like symptoms, anger, panic, and deep emotional instability. This condition can be disabling and is often misunderstood by those around them. Yet despite the complexity of PMS, many treatments focus only on painkillers or mood-regulating medications. This is where herbal medicine becomes valuable. Herbs offer multi-layered support. They can balance hormones, reduce inflammation, calm the nervous system, stabilize mood, and improve sleep quality. But the challenge is knowing which herbs work for each symptom. To understand the herbal solutions, we must break PMS down into its primary categories. Painful PMS, dominated by cramps, tenderness, headaches. Emotional PMS, dominated by anxiety, irritability, mood swings. Fluid retention PMS, bloating, swelling, weight fluctuations. Fatigue PMS, exhaustion, brain fog, low motivation. Each category responds to different herbs. For example, cramp bark reduces pain. Chaste berry balances hormones. Lemon balm calms anxiety. Ginger lowers inflammation. Magnesium-rich herbs reduce tension. Later in this script, we will explore each in detail. PMS is not attention-seeking. It is biology, and understanding it is the first step toward treating it naturally and respectfully. Understanding menopause, a new beginning, not an end. Menopause is often described as a loss, the end of cycles, the end of fertility, the end of youth. But this vision is narrow and deeply influenced by societal expectations. In truth, menopause is not an ending. It is a reset, a biological transition into a stage of clarity, stability, and new personal power. But to reach this strength, women must first pass through the fire of hormonal change, a process both natural and transformative. Menopause does not happen suddenly. It is a long transition beginning with perimenopause, a phase that can start as early as the mid-30s or as late as the mid-50s. During perimenopause, estrogen levels rise and fall unpredictably. Progesterone begins to decline steadily. These fluctuations alter the brain's chemistry, body temperature regulation, and emotional processing. This is why symptoms appear years before the final menstrual period. Some of the most common symptoms include hot flashes and night sweats, caused by the hypothalamus misreading body temperature. Mood swings and anxiety, linked to changes in serotonin and GABA. Insomnia, as decreasing progesterone disrupts relaxation. Brain fog and memory lapses, due to lower estrogen affecting neurotransmitters. Joint pain, as collagen production slows. Vaginal dryness, from reduced estrogen. Lower libido, influenced by hormone decline and stress. Weight gain, especially around the abdomen, triggered by metabolism changes. But beneath the symptoms is a deeper truth. Menopause is not a malfunction. It is the body's intelligent shift into a new hormonal rhythm. Throughout human history, the postmenopausal woman has been seen as a guide, a leader, a keeper of wisdom. Freed from reproductive cycles, her energy was believed to move toward intuition, insight, and leadership. Many ancestral cultures considered this stage sacred. Modern life, however, disconnects women from this meaning. Instead, the transition becomes frightening, confusing, and lonely. But it doesn't have to be. With proper support, menopause can become a powerful rebirth. This is where herbal medicine plays a profound role. Herbs support the body in 3 key ways. 1. Phytoestrogenic support. Plants like red clover, soy, and hops contain compounds that gently mimic estrogen, easing hot flashes and restoring vaginal comfort. 2. Adaptogenic support. Herbs like ashwagandha, maca, and rhodiola help regulate stress hormones, improving sleep, mood, and mental clarity. 3. Nervous system support. Herbs like black cohosh, sage, and passion flower calm irritability, anxiety, and insomnia. Unlike synthetic hormone therapies, herbs work in harmony with the body's rhythms. They do not replace hormones aggressively. They guide the body back toward balance. Another important aspect is lifestyle. Menopause symptoms worsen with high stress, poor sleep, excess caffeine, and chronic inflammation. Herbal remedies become much more effective when combined with gentle exercise, nutritious meals rich in minerals, emotional support, self-acceptance and patience. Menopause is not a disease. It is a new chapter. And in this chapter, herbal medicine becomes a companion, one that respects the intelligence of the female body, one that recognizes that transformation is not something to fear, but something to honor. The most powerful herbs for PMS. Almost equals 650 words. PMS symptoms vary from woman to woman, But nature provides a wide range of herbs capable of addressing pain, emotional imbalance, inflammation, and hormonal instability. Below are the most powerful scientific and traditional remedies, and how each one works. 1. Chasteberry, Vitex agnus castus. Chasteberry is considered the queen of PMS herbs. It acts on the pituitary gland, gently increasing progesterone and balancing estrogen. It is highly effective for mood swings, breast tenderness, irregular cycles, and irritability. Studies show it reduces PMS symptoms by up to 50% in many women. 2. Evening primrose oil. Rich in gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, this oil reduces breast pain, inflammation, hormonal sensitivity, and skin irritation. It also supports mood balance by influencing prostaglandin production. 3. Ginger. A powerful anti-inflammatory, ginger reduces menstrual cramps by relaxing uterine muscles and lowering prostaglandins. Studies show it is as effective as ibuprofen for period pain, without side effects. 4. Cramp bark. True to its name, cramp bark is one of the best remedies for PMS pain. It relaxes smooth muscles, reduces tension, and is particularly effective for severe cramping, lower back pain, and pelvic discomfort. 5. Lemon balm. A gentle herb for emotional PMS. It calms the nervous system, reduces anxiety, improves mood stability, and helps with insomnia. Women with mood-dominant PMS respond exceptionally well to lemon balm. 6. Holy basil, Tulsi. An adaptogen that stabilizes cortisol and reduces stress, irritability, and emotional reactivity. It is also helpful for cravings and emotional eating during PMS. 7. Cinnamon. Balances blood sugar, reduces cravings, and helps regulate mood. It also warms the body and reduces inflammation, making it beneficial for cramps. 8. Raspberry leaf. A uterine tonic that strengthens and relaxes reproductive muscles. It reduces cramping intensity and is excellent when taken regularly throughout the cycle. 9. Chamomile. Calming and anti-inflammatory. It reduces anxiety, softens mood swings, and eases digestive discomfort common during PMS. How to combine them. 4 best results. Pain-dominant PMS, cramp bark plus ginger plus raspberry leaf. Mood-dominant PMS, lemon balm plus holy basil plus chamomile. Breast tenderness, chasteberry plus evening primrose. Bloating and water retention, dandelion leaf plus ginger. These herbs work gradually. Most women see improvements after 4 to 8 weeks of consistent use. The most powerful herbs for menopause. Menopause requires a different herbal approach, focusing on temperature regulation, hormonal transition, stress reduction, and cognitive support. These herbs are among the most effective, both historically and scientifically. 1. Black cohosh. Perhaps the most famous menopause herb. It reduces hot flashes, night sweats, anxiety, and sleep disturbances by acting on estrogen receptors in the brain. Especially useful for women with intense heat symptoms. 2. Red clover. Rich in phytoestrogens called isoflavones. These compounds gently mimic estrogen and help reduce hot flashes, dryness, and mood swings. Also supports heart and bone health, 2 major concerns post-menopause. 3. Maca root. An adaptogen traditionally used in the Andes. Maca stabilizes energy, libido, mood, and hormonal balance without containing any hormones itself. It is particularly effective for fatigue and cognitive fog. 4. Sage. Highly effective for sweating and heat regulation. Sage tea is one of the best natural remedies for hot flashes and excessive perspiration. 5. Ashwagandha. An adaptogen that calms the nervous system, reduces cortisol, improves sleep quality, and enhances emotional stability. Many women find it essential during perimenopause. 6. Hops. Contains one of the strongest phytoestrogens found in plants. Excellent for hot flashes, insomnia, and anxiety. Often used in herbal sleep formulas. 7. Dong Quai. A traditional Chinese herb that nourishes blood, balances hormones, and supports circulation. It is excellent for mood swings and dryness, but should be avoided during heavy bleeding phases. 8. Ginkgo biloba. Supports memory, concentration, and circulation. Helps counteract the cognitive fog that affects many women during hormonal transition. Best combinations. Hot flashes, sage plus black cohosh plus hops. Insomnia, hops plus ashwagandha plus lemon balm. Low libido, maca plus ginkgo plus ashwagandha. Mood swings, red clover plus donkey plus ashwagandha. These herbs work gently but powerfully, helping the body adapt naturally. How to use, prepare, combine, and stay safe. Herbal medicine is powerful, but it must be used with respect. Each herb has ideal forms, dosages, and safety considerations. Below is a guide to using them safely and effectively. Forms of herbs. Teas/infusions. Best for calming herbs like chamomile, lemon balm, and sage. Tinctures. Concentrated extracts ideal for fast relief of cramps, hormonal balance, or emotional symptoms. Capsules. Useful for consistent dosing, especially for maca, black cohosh, or red clover. Oils. Evening primrose oil works best as capsules. General dosing guidelines. These are general educational ranges. Always consult a professional for personalized treatment. Chasteberry, 400 to 1,000 milligrams daily. Evening primrose oil, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams daily. Ginger, 500 to 2,000 milligrams. Lemon balm, 300 to 600 milligrams. Black cohosh, 40 to 80 milligrams. Red clover, 40 to 100 milligrams isoflavones. Maca, 1 to 3 teaspoons powder or 1,500 to 3,000 milligrams capsules.
Saketea, 1-3 kups.
Ashwagandha, 300 to 600 milligrams extract. How long to take? Herbs usually need 2 weeks for sleep and mood improvements, 4 weeks for PMS relief, 8 to 12 weeks for menopause relief. Consistency is the secret. Safety considerations. Avoid combining phytoestrogenic herbs with hormone therapies unless guided by a professional. Black cohosh should not be used by women with certain liver conditions. Donkey should be avoided with blood thinners. Ginger may increase bleeding in very high doses. Sage should be used cautiously by women with epilepsy. Best daily routine. Morning, maca or ashwagandha plus red clover. Afternoon, ginger or raspberry leaf tea. Night, lemon balm or hops plus chamomile. Herbs are not magic. They are allies. They work with patience, consistency, and respect. When combined with good sleep, emotional support, exercise, and healthy food, they can completely transform the hormonal experience. PMS and menopause do not need to be battles. With the right tools, they become transitions, natural, powerful, and meaningful parts of a woman's life journey.